I want to make this quick video to explain Work Folder 5 for this college reading and study skills class. First, I just really want to thank you for working with me this semester because things didn't go anywhere near as I thought they would go concerning our face-to-face time at Wayne College. And then, going online asynchronous has been a great help to me, but I'm not sure what kind of experience it's giving you. So, I just want you to know that I'm aware of the fact that you're being basically ultra flexible with me, and I appreciate that. And I hope to reflect that appreciation in the grade, that you earned for this course. So just keep on moving forward. I have to admit to you, I don't really know what to make of the textbook because it seems a bit over the top in terms of, giving you all sorts of techniques that maybe just as challenging to learn as the content you are trying to use those techniques on is to learn. So it shouldn't really feel that way. I feel like somebody overcomplicated the approach and produced a class that can be, sort of overcooked, if you will, with details and just, a textbook like that. So I do feel that this hopefully benefits you in some way. I'm not going to say the textbook, can't be of some benefit, but I need you to critically approach the textbook. And I need you to say, the textbook was meant to serve me. I'm not here to serve the textbook, what I'm saying is I'm going to let you pick a chapter this week, just like I did last week, and pick the chapter, look at the table of contents, pick a chapter you think honestly can help you. So there's going to be some bit of self-knowledge that you need to bring to the table. And, what are you struggling with? What do you think it's worth reading? And what can you learn? And then, given that whole chapter, I want you to read some sections. You have to determine which ones those are. Now, one thing this book does that really does accurately reflect a lot of modern textbooks is this book really does use placement on its pages. This column is reserved for this type of information. This color text box is for boxes for this type of information. And things like that. So it's designed to help you visually assess the layout of the page so that you can determine this is, the heading, this is the paragraphs that belong to that heading, this is a sidebar, and I want you to be able to take that in and determine which material you want to look at slowly. So you're going to read that carefully. But then I want you to look at which material you're going to sort of skim, right? And then I want you to pick some material just to skip. And I don't know where you are because we haven't had a lot of face-to-face conversations here, but just maybe you're fine with this already, but just that basic ability of being able to say, I'm not going to read all of this because of time and because I'm not going to assume that all things are equally important in this chapter. So I'm going to skip some things, I'm going to skim some things, and I'll read some things. And that brings back onto you, the ownership of the book. So be discerning, but don't let this take more than 30 to 40 minutes. Because remember, you're learning how to sort of glean. And you're learning how to tell yourself it's all a balancing act. If I want to get 100% out of this chapter, it might take me 3 hours. And that's going to be, time from another project or from my life. I mean, we need time to relax. We need time to sleep. We need time to eat. We need time to be with friends. We need time to work. We need time to study other classes. So there's a balancing act here. And you're going to have to tell yourself, I can't get all of that. At most, I'm going to spend 40 minutes and I'm going to get what I can. And then I'm just going to move forward. So in the big picture, you want to have success in the big picture. And that means that your health is preserved, your joy is preserved, you have some sort of meaning in your life that you're pursuing. If possible, you're happy with what you're doing and you're at peace and you're learning, right? And you feel like you are doing things that help you grow as a human and you're meeting your obligations. All right, whether they're relationship obligations or financial obligations or whatever. That's the big picture. And what good is college if college doesn't help you see and master at handling that big picture? So let's kind of use this opportunity, to look at our textbook and say, now, how am I going to manage this textbook so that in the big picture it has its proper place, but not any larger place? All right, so that's kind of the thinking I have when I assign things like this. I want to put the ball in your court and say, what do you want to read and why, and what are you going to skip? What are you not going to read? What are you going to read? So pick a chapter, and then go ahead and do that assignment. You'll see it in work folder 5. It's pick 3 things, discuss what they are, that sort of thing. Okay, now the next thing I want you to do is I want you to take a quiz. Okay, and the quiz is about your narrative nonfiction. So if there's anything I truly believe in terms of helping you become a better student, it's the reading you do that you're not required to do, the nonfiction reading that you do in different topics that helps you grow. And the more that you are reading material on a professional level, written books, the more you are picking up, learning how to handle that information. The more literate you're becoming, the more in control of information you are becoming. And so that's really kind of what I'm bringing to the table with the narrative nonfiction. It doesn't seem like it's connected to a college reading and writing class, college study and reading skills class, but in fact, it very much is from a different angle altogether. So I want you to, by this point, to have chosen a book, to have gotten it, and to have started reading on it. So, you're going to have to affirm that you have the book. I don't need the title. I just need you to say, I have a book that I picked from the list. The next question is, I have read from this book at least 3 days a week. Okay. And then the third question is, adding it all together, all the minutes together, I have at least 45 minutes of reading. So, I don't care whether it's, 25 minutes and then 10 minutes the next day and 10 minutes the next day, or 15 minutes every day for 3 days. But what I don't want is for you to read it one day out of the week for 45 minutes and that's it. Of course, you can go over 45 minutes, but what we're trying to do is build habits where you feel over the course of the week that you have become a reader. You're reading every other day or something like that. So I don't want you to cram for this. I want you to spread this out. So you have to read at least on 3 different days. And when you put all your minutes together from what you've read, you have to be able to say, when you add it all in, I've read over the course of those 3 days at least 45 minutes. Okay, so that's the quiz. And then the third thing I want you to do is I want you to send me through the article submission link in Brightspace, because you're going to get some points for this. Okay, I want you to send me 2 questions about reading habits or study habits. And these questions are for me to answer based on my own experiences. So, one of your questions might be, hey, Dr. Warren, how did you develop a love for reading, or how do you take notes, or whatever, and then I'll go ahead and try to answer some of those so that you can kind of have a discussion with me, not at the same time and not live, but through recorded videos, right? So I can respond to your questions. So you're going to get some points for that too. So that's the third assignment in work folder 5. So those are the 3 things you have for this week. And, I hope you do a great job, and I hope you have a good week. Thank you for watching.